JBH Radio.
JBH Radio.
JBH News.
Bringing you the latest, shiniest news from around the world. This is 227.0 JBH News on your radio. We shine like jewels under pressure.
A pleasant day to one and all. My name is Mar Carlos Imperial.
And I am Sheldo Hadrian Treyes, giving you the latest news broadcasted here in the heart of Negros Occidental, Bacolod City. Date today is December 1, 2020, and time check is 5 minutes past the hour of 7.
Yes, partner, at last the final month of the year starts. And now here are the official headlines for today.
After weeks of delay, formal transition of power to Biden begins.
Lack of evidence kept Duterte from naming and shaming corrupt lawmakers.
Sustainable livelihood positioned to strengthen disaster-prone farmers.
Provincial sports program to launch online sports mentoring. After weeks of delay due to conflict in the 2020 U.S. election, former U.S. Vice President, now President-elect Joe Biden begins his formal transition in the White House before his inauguration next year. For more information, here is Kimberly Gonzaga.
Last November 24, U.S. President-elect Joe Biden offered a message of healing as his team began a transition to the White House with cooperation with the General Services Administration. U.S. President-elect Joe Biden will also receive the President's Daily Brief, a brief compiling highly classified information, as well as access to government funds. However, uncertainty still remains on how the Trump administration will cooperate during the transition period. Despite this, U.S. President-elect Joe Biden hopes to implement his own different agenda drastically. Still, the president has to prepare in taking over even during the current status of the United States. Problems including a crumbling economy due to the pandemic, distribution of vaccines, and many more significant problems. This is Kimberly Gonzaga for JBH News Radio.
President Rodrigo Duterte refuses to name alleged corrupt lawmakers from the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission's list due to inadequate evidence. For more updates, Nicolas Alido reporting.
The Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission, or PACC, have been said to have a list of alleged corrupt lawmakers from the House of Representatives, making money by picking contractors for projects in their respective districts. And the said contractors will soon give a percentage back to the lawmaker, and is done by staging the bidding to their own favor. However, President Duterte's spokesperson Harry Roque stated in a press conference last November 23, stated that the president still needs more evidences to support the allegation and that there are plenty of evidences needed that the president does not hold. In addition, the president also urges the cooperation of the ombudsman in the present investigation since the president respects the separation of powers as response by the House of Representatives who are receiving kickbacks saying that the president has no authority to investigate them as of now. We are still waiting for more updates. This is Nicolas Salido for JBH Radio News.
Before we continue, time check is 7:30 in the morning. Brought to you by Gia Reyes Furniture Arani.
Yes, get a couch with made out of one of the best wood frames, Urtex foam, and a polyester cover for under 24,000 pesos.
Buy now, pay next year with 0% interest for up to 6 months in only selected institutions. So buy now. Call 0917-895-177 Gia Reyes Furniture Arani.
The Department of Agri and Reforms delivered construction materials to the north of Negros Occidental in an initiative to implement small-scale mushroom production. For more information, Ruel Tuvida reporting.
The Department of Agrarian Reform delivered construction materials worth 190,000, which includes 300 sheets of nipa for roofing, 48 pieces of wood lumber, bamboo poles, bag of cement, steel rod, 70 pieces of hollow blocks, nails, and safety net for nipa huts. These materials were delivered to the Jerusalem Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Association in Cadiz City last November 16 and Malanog, Calatrava last November 17 to establish mushroom production shade houses in the said areas which was funded by the Climate Resilient Farm Productivity Support Project by the DARS Program Beneficiaries Development Division. Rizalina Yaguing, officer-in-charge chef of the PBDD, said that completion of the shade houses will create small business that could benefit families. Moreover, she further stated that implementing the said project will provide income, increase productivity, maximize the utilization of land, and promote sustainable projects that are environmentally friendly. This is Riwell Vida for the JBH Radio News.
Sports News.
The Provincial Sports Development Program will be hosting the Abanza Negrense Online Sports Mentoring Program by January. For more information, here is Giancarlo Sabia.
Due to the pandemic, most sports activities around Negros Occidental have been postponed, which affected interaction among coaches and student athletes. Due to this, sports mentoring programs by the Provincial Sports Development Program will be conducted hopefully by January. The program aims to target hundreds of coaches and student athletes from schools, local units, and sports clubs around Bacolod City. The exercises will also focus on fundamental exercises and drills that could be executed by both coaches and student athletes at home. Anthony Carlo Agustin, the executive assistant to the Governor for Sports Development, emphasized the need for the program to keep coaches and student athletes mentally, physically, and psychologically fit this pandemic season. He further stated that they hope that the program will be ready by next month so that they can inform coaches of the different platforms that will be used for the online programs. This is Dion Carlo Sabia for JBH News.
Another day, another story. This wraps up GBH News Radio for today. Also, please do not forget that there are only 24 days before Christmas.
Yes, partner, despite the circumstances, listeners, please do not forget the spirit of Christmas and let's celebrate the nativity of our Lord in spite of the pandemic.
Yes, partners, so correct. Once again, this is Mar Carlos Imperial.
And I am Shallow Hadrian Reyes.